Hello everybody, it's Calxiyn here, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to join our Discord server, become patrons over on Patreon, and comment down below with your thoughts on today's topic. So, I wanted to level with you guys about the leaks for a second. I know what they are about already, because, you know, it happens, especially for KH and KH3, right? So, we got the Monsters Inc. leak a couple months ago, and it turned out to be true, and now there's a new leak out. At the time that I wrote this script, I hadn't looked at it, but I got curious because I wanted to know, because I am a bad at keeping secrets, or bad at not knowing the secrets, and so I thought it was about Frozen. It was about Jungle Book, so it's okay, I guess, you know what I mean? So yeah, there was this sort of new leak. I hadn't done any looking at it because I didn't want to see them, and, like, you know, I guess I had just been busy, right? But then I saw them, but it's fine. It's just the Jungle Book, and we'll talk about that a bit at the end of the video, because I do want to get through what I was originally going to say before, I did see the leaks. The thing is let's get to the meat of the video. The leaks are inevitable. No amount of non-disclosure agreement seems to help any company from not having leaks. But I want to talk about a couple things. So firstly, as a YouTuber, I feel like there's a great amount of pressure to kind of cover these leaks, to report them, and I get it. You know, like, YouTube is a business, and at the end of the day, it's supply and demand. If people are sort of, I don't want to say demanding, but it's, you know, you are giving them a product which there is demand for. There is demand to see the Kingdom Hearts leaks, to get information about the Kingdom Hearts leaks, and so you, as a YouTuber, if you decide to do so, you are filling your need. It's like if you were a baker and people needed bread, and so you fulfilled that need to give them bread, you know what I mean? And so I personally, like, you know, agree with the YouTubers that have kind of said this, because a lot of YouTubers have been kind of saying, like, I wanted to go in, you know, without knowing too much, but, like, that's just not the nature of what's going on right now, and I don't really want to do videos about these leaks, because, you know, I kind of agree. It's hard because obviously you guys know that I'm a small content creator, and I want to grow my YouTube channel, but at the same time, there's no amount of subs that, I mean, I don't think there is, that's worth kind of ruining the surprise of the trailers or parts of the game. Again, this is part of my script before I found out it was Jungle Book. Now that I know that it's Jungle Book, I don't give that much of a shit not to swear in my video, because I've been trying to avoid that, but you know what I mean? Like, I thought that the leaks were about something like Frozen or something, and not that I necessarily love Frozen either, but we've been hearing about the Jungle Book thing for literally so many years now, because Nomura really, really likes Jungle Book, everyone, if you didn't already notice, and so, you know, I kind of wrote that with the idea that it was something a bit more serious, but for now, I think that, yeah, it's Jungle Book, but, like, in the future, I kind of understand why YouTubers don't want to look at that stuff, because imagine if in one of the trailers there is a big piece of information, you know, about the game, and it's not necessarily a spoiler, because obviously it's in the trailers, but it's something major. Like, for me, right now, if they reconfirm that Hunchback of Notre Dame was going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3, it's not. But let's say that they did, I would, like, freak the fuck out. Like, I would want to have that surprise. I wouldn't want to see a leak of that. I would want to be there for when I heard the bells ringing and heard that they were going to fix the mess that they made in Kingdom Hearts 3D, DDD, the Dream Drop Distance. But anyway, let's continue on. So, I think that the other thing is, looking at leaks is a person's personal choice. I'm not going to tell people to look at them or not to look at them. I know some YouTubers, I guess, get on sort of a moral high horse, like, no, if you're supporting the leaks, you're supporting the people that leaked them, and that's illegal, and, like, all of that sort of stuff, and you shouldn't do that. But the thing is, everyone wants something different out of KH3, and I'm not gonna blame the person that looked at the leaks. I'm gonna blame the person that leaked them. Obviously, you could say, but Cal, you said it's about supply and demand, but, like, don't supply things that are illegal. Don't do that. Like, the onus is on you then, right? But to get back to it, you know, some people they want to go entirely cold, right? They don't want to know any of the worlds until they play, and then some people want to know every detail, and I think that you know, giving the leaks attention, maybe encouraging it, but the thing is, it's gonna happen anyway. I feel like even if, like, they didn't get the mass attention that they did, people would still try to leak stuff, you know what I mean? Because, you know, if they want the attention, yes, we give it, but ultimately, it's the person who broke the contract's fault, not our fault for simply being curious, and so I'm not gonna tell people not to look at the leaks for that reason either. I don't think that's a good reason anyway. What I will say, though, is that I don't think that we should necessarily force leaks on other people. Like, if you go on somebody's Twitter, for example, in my replies, and then send me a reply with a leak, I think that's a pretty shitty thing for somebody to do. Online, obviously, it's your responsibility to avoid spoilers. Like, say I was following somebody, like a Ruby YouTuber, and then they posted a video about the leaks. That's not their fault, because I followed them, and so I should know better, or by following that account, I am saying, yes, I'm okay with getting whatever information that you post on your account, right? And so if I'm following someone else and I see a leak, I'm not gonna blame them. That's my fault for following them and not doing, you know, proper sort of research about, I don't want to say research, but like, if some accounts clearly state, hey, I'll be posting spoilers, you know what I mean? And so I think that that's on me. But if you go into some, like, people's replies, or people's YouTube comments, or people's mentions, and spoil it for them, like, I don't think that's just not a good thing to do, and you better be ready to fight, you know what I mean? Like, if some rando I don't know just, like, comes into my mentions and then spoils something for me, that's totally on them. Like, you can say, but you should have avoided the internet. Like, I shouldn't have to worry about what I see in terms of my own personal replies, so to speak, right? As soon as I go on somebody else's account and look at their account, it's fair game. But as long as I'm in my own little territory of my Twitter profile, I shouldn't be seeing anything, you know, that is leaking necessarily. But there are always going to be shitty people online. But that's the other thing. I think that if a Ruby YouTuber, if a Kingdom Hearts YouTuber is saying that they don't, you know, want to see the leaks, or a Ruby YouTuber, I don't know how many of you guys are fans of Ruby, but that's the other thing I do on this channel, you know, just don't force them, just don't send it to them, you know what I mean? And the final thing I'll say is that, again, I'm not gonna tell anyone what to do, but for me, I've been waiting for this game for years. And again, I'm not going to tell people not to look at the leaks, but personally, I want to savor this game as much as possible. Like, you know what I mean? And that includes the time it takes to release. Waiting for trailers, making theories without knowing information. You know, from waiting for the trailers to play in the game, I want to sort of relish in all of it. I don't want to rush through it. You know what I mean? And I won't tell anybody else what to do, like I said. I would give it some thought, though, for you guys that are watching this right now. Like, how do you want to experience the time until this game comes out? And that's a genuine question. That's not something that's supposed to make you feel guilty, or something that I'm supposed to be like, ooh, think about this, you know, like, it's not supposed to be like that, but I'm asking you guys as a genuine question that I want you guys to answer if you can. Do you want to know, like, everything, before it's officially announced? And I don't mean, like, everything, but I mean, you want to know the plot, you want to know, not obviously, like, the ending, but you want to know the plot, you want to know all the worlds, you want to know all the transformations, like, you want to know all of that sort of stuff before it's officially released. And when the game comes out, do you play it as fast as possible so you can talk about it with your friends? Or do you sort of lock yourself up for as long as it takes and go as slow as you want and talk about it later and join in the conversation later? I feel like that's a video for another day, but I kind of want you guys to tell me and let me know in the comments below what you guys are going to do, because everybody wants something different out of this game. And for me personally, the time that I kind of enjoy things most is two things. I really enjoy streaming. Because it's sort of an experience where you're sharing it with other people, like playing the game. But I also really enjoy being a part of the conversation and making theories and all that stuff. And so I'm not going to necessarily rush through the game as fast as possible, but I do want to get it done in a reasonable amount of time so I can go on and talk to my friends, because I think that, yes, the experience for me, like, to play the game is important, but I think I value more the experience of kind of going through it with my friends and talking about it with my friends. And, like, this is cheesy, but, like, that's the whole point of Kingdom Hearts, is, like, your friends are your power. It's not the Keyblade, right? But anyway, that's kind of nerdy ass shit, and so I don't want to talk about that anymore. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to talk to us more on our Discord server. Again, comment below. Like I mentioned, I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Become patrons on Patreon if you guys want some cool rewards. And again, I hope that you guys have a Kingdom Hearts day. Bye, guys.